y'all. This is Love on Shuffle, man. We are back. We are back. I am one of your hosts here. I am Rome Jones, one half. I'm only one half of the world famous IAX. It's an experience. And as you can see, my partner in crime, my DJ, Biggs DC, will not be on for this particular recording. So big shout out to him. He holding it down in the trenches right now. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. Dad did. Yeah, shout out to all the dads, man. But y'all know we are not alone. Y'all know we're not alone, man. Because in the room with us is our favorite big cuz, Charlie.
You already know.
What's up,
What
Charlie?
up, what up, what up? Hey.
Yo, you got that setting like on
Listen.
fleek, man. Yo.
Undisputed.
Undisputed. Every time, man. And well, folks, we're not alone, man. Y'all thought I mean, granted, you know what I mean? Me and my sis, we could definitely hold down a pod, you know what I mean? But we are not alone tonight, man, because we have our very first guest, all right, for episode 31 of Love on Shuffle. And folks, I don't know about y'all, but this is going to be a great episode, all right, because we're going to be diving into a very, very, very controversial, let's call it what it is, a controversial topic
Yes.
Around ethical non-monogamy. And we're going to dive into that this evening with our guest, Miss J Red.
Hey! So happy to be here. So happy to be your first guest. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Nah. The pleasure is all ours. I mean, we definitely appreciate you taking time out here with us. We definitely have a lot to discuss here this evening. And as we go ahead and get ourselves situated with this setup here, I do want to just give you the opportunity to kind of just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Jen. You can call me Red if you want, J Red, however you wanna say it, that's fine. I used to do a podcast. So I'm trying to get right back into the podcast scene. So this is a great introduction to me coming back on the scene. It was called The Stories of Jen. So if you want to check out my previous recordings, you can do that as well. I know your two hosts very well. You know, we used to work together. So it's going to be a great conversation tonight. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited to get this conversation going.
Yes, indeed.
She
well,
putting
folks,
it out there. She putting it out there. Talking about, I know the host very, very well. Hold up now.
Not very well, but very enough.
Well enough.
Well enough.
Yes.
Nah, that's love, man. Hey, well, once again, we're glad to have you on here. Let's go ahead and let's just jump right in. We want to talk about ethical non-monogamy, and we're going to kick off this particular episode with a segment I like to call Marriage Court. That's right. We're going to marriage court here, folks. And what we're going to do, we're going to just throw out here a real life present day scenario, and we are going to kind of be the judge and jury to a degree here, right? Where we're going to have an advocate. We'll have a skeptic. We'll call it a skeptic. All right. We'll have a skeptic in there. And then we will have a kind of open therapy moment or a realist moment and having someone kind of shed some light around that. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to jump right into this. Y'all ready to hear the scenario?
Let's
get it.
Let's do it.
Okay. So, all right. There's a husband and there's a wife. They've been married for 12 years. Okay. Now, one spouse wants to explore ethical non-monogamy. All right. Which we will define here shortly. The other feels blindsided. Neither wants a divorce, though. Okay. Now, for those who don't know, I mean, because we're throwing some words out there, ethical non-monogamy is pretty much an open relationship that you hear about, right? That's the term that is probably more culturally known, but that's essentially what it is, right? Now, not to confuse it with polygamy, right, which is basically a 3-person relationship, right? Or throuple, as they call it. But with that all in mind here, folks, playing the role of advocate, we're going to kick this over to you, Red. We're going to kick
Hey.
this over to you. Talk to us.
Whew. So they've been married for 12 years.
12 years.
12 years. Okay, so things probably are stagnant. Things are stagnant. Things are maybe a little boring, and they need a little excitement in their life. One partner's with it, one partner's not with it, but they don't want to get a divorce. That's what I'm understanding. So,
Mhm.
I mean, I'm the advocate for the ethical non-monogamy, so I think that they should talk about it. I think they should they should express their thoughts on it to each other and try it out and see how it works. Do a little trial period. Okay, well, what does this look like to you? Let's see how we can navigate this together. Let's try it. If we don't like it, then maybe we can come back to the drawing board. But if we like it, hey, it's on and popping. We can work
You
this
said- you
out and
said-
add a little spice to the relationship, just a little spice to the marriage. So I mean, I think they should try it out.
Okay. Well, that's our advocacy point. And appreciate you so much for kicking us off with that. Now, Charlie, judging by your expressions here, and just based off of just knowing how knowing who you are,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
The wonderful person that uh, you are very skeptic here. So I will have you play the role of the skeptic.
Yes, because first of all, what is even ethical non-monogamy? Like, what is that even? And I'm definitely a person that believes if you open the door, you better be ready for whatever comes after that. And one thing I will say, that Red pointed out as far as what I picked up was the communication piece. But
Mhm.
you just I just you open that door. You open that door. You better be
Mm.
ready. That's all I got to say.
Now, okay, and as the role here that I would take on as the realist, all right, and I'll kick it back to you, Charlie, because I know you guys we have some therapeutic pieces in here that we want to make sure we get out here to the people. But from a realist standpoint, um, yes, it's understandable, right? If you are going through, say, a stagnant period in your marriage, that probably introduces this thought. However, like Charlie did say, it in reality, okay, and this is a gravity problem. All right, there's different types of problem. It's a gravity problem. In this case, would be you are opening up the potential of new feelings, right? And we all understand in marriage, there's love. You have it, like there's just typical feelings, right? Just the natural, just innate human nature of feelings, right? That are just involved. We have feelings. We're cool, right? That's a feeling that we have amongst each other. So now you're inviting a different set of feelings into the predicament, right? And then that's the part that I want to make sure that I'm honing in on for anybody that would be considering that, because we know it's like basically when you're in the kitchen and you're making a stew, or you're making some soup or something. You get too many people and putting in they piece of the recipe, it's gonna mess it up potentially, right? It's probably gonna throw it off a little bit. And then and shout out to all my cooks and my chefs out there. I know Charlie, you probably in your head like, I ain't nobody gonna touch my soup. You know what I'm saying? Like, but no, but from a realist standpoint, anybody, like I said, in closing, if you are considering it, just be real about the feelings and the potential behaviors that's being invited in as well.
I,
So anyway.
listen, I'm gonna take it more of a therapist side and say where are these feelings stemming from? Do you feel that you are missing out on something? Do you feel that, and when we say stagnant, like what do we
Mhm.
mean by that? Is it that, hey, it's that boring period? as we may say. If we've fallen into a
Mhm.
routine, do things not seem as exciting as they did in the beginning? And if that's the case, then you have to figure out what happened, what triggered that. What caused us to be in this place. And I don't know, I just feel like, when you start talking about introducing additional parties, you better be ready for what comes with it. And one of y'all might fall in love. I'm
Mhm.
just saying.
Mhm.
So
Absolutely.
what do you do at this point? And Jerome, you talked about
Mhm.
introducing new feelings. Like, why even go that route to open the door for that to even happen?
So, I mean, on the flip, like, talk to us, Red. Like, okay,
So
with that in mind, what's the thought to that?
so yes, you can open the door to feeling somebody else. And I would even say, like, sometimes it can be welcome to have those different feelings, and if you, I'm trying to see how can I say this without sounding wild, but but basically, you can have a friend, right? You have a friend, you have a relationship with that friend, you go out with that friend, you have a connection with that friend, right? It's not romantic, but you do have that connection with that friend. Okay. In this situation, you have that same type of bond, that same type of friendship, but it's romantic at this time. And yes, feelings are involved, feelings can become involved. That's why communication is so important. Because if you communicate those feelings that you have with that third party or that outside partner along with your primary partner, then you can say, okay, well, you know what, I do have the capacity to love both of you. I have the capacity to love both of you equally, or in a different manner. You may bring something to the table that my partner doesn't, and then I essentially take the stress off of you because you don't want to come to the baseball game with me, or you don't want to do XYZ with me. So I'm going with my other partner. I mean, it's so many different parts of it. It's so many different parts of it. And and then there's a part in this in this ethical non-monogamy situation too. And I'm no expert, but there's a part in it too where you do talk about jealousy. You do talk about feelings, with other people. How do you feel when you are out with that other partner? How does it make you feel? And there's ways that you can work through that and work around that. I'm gonna look up the definition, but I think the term is compersion or something along those lines. And that's the capacity to be able to say, you know what, I do have these feelings. I am a little jealous, but why am I jealous? Am I jealous because this person is happy without me? Am I jealous because this person is doing things that I never did with them? You have to look at all of that. So you know, it can happen.
Okay.
And if it happens, sometimes it's okay.
But
Because if you
is
have
it
the
is that
capacity to
Now,
love
is
more than
it
one person, then you're good.
no, no. So is that not saying to the person, the first person that you are, in this relationship with, do you not think that they perceive that as they're inadequate of fulfilling all the things, instead of giving them the space to be able to grow to that? You're saying, hey, there's something that I need that you're not giving me, and I want your permission to get it from somebody else. Like, to me, the rationale, it's just not there. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. It's
Right.
not there. I don't
And it's not
understand.
for
And
everybody.
for that, like, I would never go
right.
to my wife and say, hey, there's something that I'm not getting. So are you okay if I go and get that from somebody else?
Now,
Okay, we can
from a
go back
real
to
now,
uh,
matter of fact, I'll let you go. Go ahead and
okay,
respond. Go
we
ahead
can
and
go
respond,
back
Jay.
to the cooking analogy, right? If
Mhm.
you're making something and you don't have all your ingredients, you're gonna go to the store and grab the ingredients that you need. So I look at it like that sometimes. Like, okay, yeah, I don't know any relationship, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know any relationship that you can have 100% of what you want in that person, right?
I beg to differ.
You
I
beg to
bet I bet
okay,
I
well,
beg to differ. My
uh-huh.
wife and I have been married. We've been together now for about 6 years. There's nothing that I'm going to say that she's not giving me, and I want to find that in somebody. Like, no, that does. And again, these are my own personal thoughts. That does not make sense to me. I cannot fathom for the life of me you making a commitment to someone, whether it's a monogamous commitment or the taking the step of going to marriage, and then you're saying it's one thing to communicate, hey, I need this, and giving them the space and the grace to be able to rise to the occasion, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as opposed to saying, you're not giving me this, but I'm gonna need for you to be okay that I get that thing from somebody else. And it may happen
Now,
that we may, hit it off more, or what I perceive to be more than you and I. Like, bro, that is a recipe for disaster in my book. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm just saying that's, and again, those are my own personal thoughts, because that doesn't register to me. It doesn't on any level. It doesn't
now,
register to me.
now, coming back with the realist hat here, right? Now, yes, if you're thinking about it, right? If you are the partner that is being told that you are not adequate in a certain area, you're gonna feel away. Let's just be honest. You're gonna feel away. Now, on the flip side, right? Let's say, Charlie, in the case of you are in this relationship, you're not getting your needs met. You've vocalized that. You've given that opportunity to allow for the rising of occasion, and they still don't. Then what do? Because something is still not being met.
Yeah, and so that's where you are able to assess: is this what I want to? Is this a path that I want to continue down? And two, sometimes we have to understand that a person's timeline may not be ours. There may be things that they have to grow into, and that may look different. That runway may look different than what we feel like it should be, but that does not negate the fact that they're trying. So I feel like it's a slippery slope. I do.
Okay.
And I don't think there's anything that's gonna convince me otherwise. I just don't.
Well,
I don't.
we're not here. We're not here to convince nobody
I
or
mean,
nothing.
yeah,
All
but
right,
I'm
you know what
just
I mean.
saying,
We just
as
having
far as, we
further
say
discussion.
standing 10 toes down, like I stand 10 toes down in that. I don't believe that I would be swayed in any way from what my thoughts are.
Okay. Now it does
Okay.
take special people to be able to handle this type of situation.
Yeah,
It's
real
not
special
definitely not
people.
for
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
It's
Everybody
definitely not for
with the
everybody.
poly, and I'm a poly whoop your ass if you go down there around too. So
You know what? So this is not for you, okay?
it's not. I'll
maybe
say it's
maybe
not.
maybe at the end of this
You're
conversation
right.
we can get you to open your mind a little bit to be like,
It's
okay,
open.
I can
I
see
will
it.
say I'm an open person, but that
Oh, you said open shut.
Man.
I'm just
And
saying.
I want to give a correction. I use the term compersion incorrectly, right? So I had to Google it just to make sure, because Google is
Okay.
everything, right? So compersion is the empathetic feeling of joy you experience when witnessing your partner's happiness or romantic fulfillment with someone else. So that's the opposite of jealousy, right? So instead of getting jealous, you're happy that your partner is in a space where he or she is happy, knowing that you can't give them whatever 10%, 20%, or whatever. It's like, wow, I love seeing you sing karaoke with this person, because I can't do it with you. Or I love seeing you do the things that you love with this person. So it's the opposite of jealousy. I just want to make that correction.
No.
Well, no. Well, wait a minute, Charlie. Hold on. Wait a minute. Because you did, Ray, you did make a very valid point, right? In the definition around that. Because yes, I mean, there's certain things, right? Like, okay, podding. Like me and Charlie, we got a pod. We pod together, right? Our spouses, they look at us and they enjoy seeing us do this together, right? So compersion, that is a real thing. All right. However, in the sense of sexuality, right? And because at the end of the day, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about sex, and we're talking about, like, the
Romantic
potential of a
relationships.
relationship thing.
It's
You know what I
not
mean?
that.
So on that level of compersion, yes, that's questionable. That's debatable, I guess, right? But on the flip side, there's a there's a such thing as healthy jealousy, right? Or having some type of jealous nature. I'll be honest, right? First of all, I could never do a non-ethical, a non-ethical monogamous relationship.
Absolutely
Ethical
not.
non-monogamy
And that's just
relationship.
me. That's me. But there's no shade. But there's no shade to anybody that does it, because obviously there's people that need to do that, right? That's why it's a thing, right? So I just know, but the reason why I can't do it, me and my wife know we can't do it, is because we're jealous people. We don't like seeing, you know what I'm saying, with other people like that. You know what I mean? So compersion, the window of that in my marriage isn't that wide, I guess you could say. So, final
So
thoughts,
you
folks. Let's
wouldn't
go
want to
ahead.
see your
Let's
partner
round it up.
happy with doing something with someone else that's not you.
Not so
Not sexually.
in the broad sense,
Yeah.
yes. My wife can go hang out with her friends. She can go sing karaoke. She can go to all the lounges, shake her ass, have a good time. But it's the romantic part, I think, is the because why are you being intimate?
That's the line.
Where like what is it intimacy wise that you're getting from someone else that you aren't able to get from what we have built? And so, to your point, Red, communication, I do think that that's important. But like for me, if I'm expressing to my spouse that, hey, this is what I need, I should also give you the space to be able to, like I said, rise to the occasion and not say, well, I notice you can't give me this, so I'm going to go and look for it somewhere else. I honestly think that's a recipe for disaster. That's just my personal
Hey,
thoughts.
well, you know what, and I will take that as your final thoughts as well, because we're going to go ahead and we're going to get ready to wrap here before the next segment, and I'm going to give you the floor here, Red, for your final arguments here in marriage court.
Okay. So I feel like if both parties are consenting adults and that they communicate with each other and agree that this is something they would like to explore, then they have every right to do so, because there's something out there for someone somewhere that will allow them to be 100% their authentic self and not have to feel guilty for it.
She said consenting adults.
Well said.
All right.
Hey,
Both parties.
and
Both parties, both parties.
Both parties.
yes,
Consenting.
and if both parties. And if both, and let's be real, there's certain relationships out there where both people will agree to that. Like both of them are yearning for that, right? Cool, man. That's for y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's for y'all. And that's my final argument. That's right, folks. We're going to keep this thing going, man, as we are rolling here with our very first guest, Jay Red, for this episode of Love on Shuffle. And big shout out to Biggs DC, and big shout out to our favorite big cuz, Miss Charlie Ray, who's going to take us in to Ask Big Cuz.
What up, what up, what up? Y'all already know what time it is. It's one of our favorite segments of the show, which is hashtag Ask Big Cuz. Listen, y'all, we want to hear from y'all, so y'all can hit us up on all social media platforms at Love on Shuffle. And don't forget that you can also send us an email. You can send us an email using that hashtag in the subject line of hashtag Ask Big Cuz, but you can email us at love.on.shuffle.podcast@gmail.com. I'm gonna say it one more time for y'all in the back. love.on.shuffle.podcast@gmail.com. Let's get into it. Y'all, today, we got something good for you. Okay. And the overall arching question is to stay or to go. So the situation is we have a wife that finds out that her husband of 8 years has had various side chicks throughout their entire marriage. And once she found out about it, she has currently checked out of her marriage, but now her husband is wanting to put in the work to work it out. So I want to turn this over to my folks. What y'all thinking? Y'all think she should stay, work it out, or you think she should go?
Well, if they practice ethical non-monogamy, this wouldn't be an issue. She would have
Come
known
on,
about the side
somebody.
chicks. She would have been okay with it, and they wouldn't have had this issue.
But no, but like you said though, Red, early on, if you gonna cheat, you gonna cheat.
You
You
gonna
know what I mean?
cheat? You
Because
gonna
you're
cheat?
just
Yeah,
sneaky. You're
that's
just
true.
mischievous. You know what I mean? There's just some people who
Yeah.
just wired like that. But staying or going, I mean, that's on the person. It's on the person. Everybody ain't made up different. Um, every situation is different. There's this work that is involved in that type of process that that it just has to be done. And the only way you're gonna know if you can stay or go is by the work that's being done. So
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. What,
that's
what
my
you
thought.
think, Red? What you think, Red? What you
Well,
thinking about
in
this?
this situation, he was lying. He been lying behind her back. There's trust that's gone. Like is so she has to build her trust back up with her husband. So if her husband's willing to work, like was said earlier, you have to show. Okay, I'm ready to put in work. Let's see. Let's try. I think she should try. And if he doesn't show follow through, then yeah, she need to leave him because he's always gonna lie. He always gonna cheat. He's always gonna be who he is, no matter what. But if he's serious about it and serious about maintaining the monogamous relationship, then he will put in the work. He'll do the things that he needs to do to show her and to earn her trust back. So I think for now, I think she should stay and work it out.
Okay. All right. Listen, y'all already know Big Cuz coming through with it. And I'm like, do you, boo? Okay. Cause if you hid it all these years and now it's out, you're really trying to save face and work on that because now it's out in the open. Like, who's to say that how many more years this would have continued had the husband been able to keep this under wraps? And I'm one of those people, people talk about spirituality and the wife and the husband, the roles, the this and the that. Not to get more into that religious side, but I think that people should reevaluate what is it that what's your threshold for putting up with certain things. And to me, cheating, that is a deal breaker in my book. Like that is a violation of trust. That is putting me in a vulnerable position that I should not be in, and that's something that should not be in your control. So I err on the side of leave that motherfucker where you had me effed up at. Okay. That's just my 2 cents. That's just my 2 cents. But again, to both of your points, I think that if they do want to work it out, there does have to be a lot of work that goes into that, as far as the communication piece and then the action that follows up with that. But listen, y'all, we want to know what y'all think. Y'all drop those comments below. Okay. Again, y'all can hit us up on all social media platforms at Love on Shuffle. But you can also send us an email, #AskBigCuz at love.on.shuffle.podcast@gmail.com. Let us know what your thoughts are. Even if you have any additional questions, comments, concerns, even if you want to share your story. Okay. Because we love giving advice around here, all right? And sharing our thoughts and our insights. So y'all make sure y'all hit us up. That's your segment for today, cuz. #Ask because I love y'all. I really do.
We love you because all right. Hey, folks, Y'all know what time it is, man. As we are rolling right through here, we cannot end the show without sending it over to our resident DJ, Biggs DC. But as you can see here, he's in the trenches. Big shout out to him in the trenches. Dad did. Shout out to all the dads out there, man, holding it down. Hey, but I'm gonna hold it down for us here today for one of our favorite segments, man. It's the Saturday morning mix. So for today, since we are talking about ethical non-monogamy, we talking about like multiple partners and all of that stuff. We we wanted to kind of open up the playlist for tonight to be around just just that, right? Threes. We're thinking about threes here. All right. So any song that comes to mind involving three people, right? Or three features on a song is kind of where we want to head at with that. So to kick us off, I mean, do we got anybody that wants to volunteer to kick us off? Usually Biggs gets us pretty situated with that, but anybody that would like to volunteer to
I
kick us
got you
off.
for the first one. I
Okay,
got you for the first one.
go
And
for it.
it's actually not a group. But I think this song speaks to when you do find that one person that you want to dedicate, all of your efforts to. So we going genuine differences. AKA my whole life has changed, because y'all know that's how we identify that song. So I'm gonna go that one for my
Okay,
first show.
okay, okay. Not mad at that. Not
Okay,
mad at that.
okay,
That was some heat. See, that's what
okay.
you always see every time, dog. Yo. Oh man. All right. I'm gonna kick it over to Red. It looks like you might got one on the line here, Red.
I don't
What's your
know.
first song?
I don't know. I mean, you said threes. I'm thinking Total. The group Total got three women in it.
Okay. Can't you see?
Um, Maybe Kissing You, since we talk about kissing cousins and
Hey,
like being out there.
okay. That's a
Ooh.
So
good one to
Kissing
get us
You.
kicked off with. All right, full total. Yeah. So look, and this is a fun fact, right? And I'm actually kind of ashamed to admit this, but I want to say like within the last 5 years, I just realized that was their song. For anybody that knows this song from Total, I always thought it was TLC.
Ooh.
Yeah. I always thought it was TLC, and I'm gonna put myself on blast with that because
Don't tell nobody
yeah,
else. Don't tell nobody else that. We're gonna keep that
yeah, I
here.
know.
We're gonna keep that
Yeah, we're
here
gonna leave that
with our
here.
folk. Don't tell y'all,
Actually, it's
don't
in the
tell
universe.
nobody.
It's actually in the universe.
G14.
All right.
Oh,
G14 classified. Don't tell nobody else that.
Hey, well, speaking of TLC, for my first selection here, I am gonna go with Waterfalls. All right, because
okay.
you know sometimes them,
Okay.
them rivers and them lakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, the other ones they don't be hitting sometimes, so you got to stay to the ones that you used to. Uh, just saying. But kicking it back to you, Charlie. Round two.
Oh, okay. So y'all know I'm a 90s R&B girl. So we going Ghost Town DJs.
Ooh.
Mm,
My boo. Just
okay.
because the lyrics of the song, it said, moving forward in a new relationship type thing, but it's still some lingering. So, I guess that's where that ethical non-monogamy comes into play.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Understood. Understood.
Okay. Y'all making this
Okay.
hard for me.
Okay. Okay.
Oh
I like it
man.
though. What's your next one?
Jeez. I mean, keeping with the girl groups and the threes, SWV. SWV.
Okay.
What song do I want to use?
Come on now.
Uh,
Come on.
Love will be right here.
Okay. I'm gonna give you that one. I'm gonna give you that one.
Yeah.
Yes. We like, hey, big shout out to Human Nature. Big shout out to the entire group. Those ladies been holding it down for a long time. Great selection there. Great selection. All right, for me, my next one, I'm gonna go Jack Harlow featuring Chris Brown. This is probably a little unknown one, little B side, but I'm going Already Best Friends. Based off the context of the song, it's a little poly, it's a little polyish for the polyers out there. But yeah, not for the Jones household, because we gonna poly beat your ass based based off of what Charlie said. Yo, I just hope you know we gonna clip that up. We gonna clip that up. We gonna make sure that lead off the socials.
I'm just
All right,
saying.
but last one here, Charlie.
Oh, this is actually, this last one is hard. I don't know if I want to do. Hold on, wait a minute.
We doing this on the spot live, y'all. Just so y'all know.
Yeah.
Man. You know what I mean? Y'all
Okay,
usually
listen.
catch us like this.
Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. We going SZA, The Weeknd.
Woo!
Come on now.
That's a good one.
Come on now.
That's a good one.
That's
Yeah.
knowing and playing your part.
Yep.
Okay. You do your thing, and then we go back to, our separate lives.
We said you can have 9 to 5 on the weekend or something like that.
Yes. Keep them satisfied on the weekend.
That's good. That's
how
a
you
good
do.
one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Oh.
Jumping the heat. There it is.
Hey, man.
Good one. That's a good one.
Is R. Kelly still canceled? Because
he is canceled from our playlist.
I was thinking R. Kelly and was it Usher, the same girl, but
no.
Okay. Dang.
Hey, that was a good. That was man.
That was a good one, but no, not him.
Ooh, you know what? Whitney Houston. I found out what I've been missing. What's the one? She longing for a married man. What's that song? I come back, circle back to me. The lyrics. It's the lyrics. Give me a second.
All right. I will go ahead. I'm gonna throw my last one in here because I was thinking threes, right? I was like, I want to end my last one with like threes, and I'm gonna take it back. And the reason why I'm gonna take it back is because I heard this song the other day, and it reminded me how classic it is. But I'm gonna go with the OJs. All right, I'm going the OJs, and I'm going for The Love of Money.
Come on now.
That hits every time.
Come on now.
Every time. So yeah, shout out to them, man. All right, back to you, Red. Take us home.
Yeah. Shaka Khan, Ain't Nobody. Because can't nobody love her better. Yep, she been waiting up at night for the man. She wait for nighttime to fall. Like
Okay, ain't nobody. Say less.
I'm still stuck on the Whitney joint. Was that Saving All My Love for You?
Is it? It might be. Yeah. I gotta look up the lyrics because I gotta figure that one out.
You can't drop hints about Whitney and then don't follow up with the Whitney.
Let me see.
Yeah, we might got to circle back and add that one after the fact or something. Once we get the official
stolen moments. That's all we shared because you got your family and they need you there. Boom, told you.
Is that? I wonder is that the joint she wrote about? I think it was rumored. Is that the one rumored about Jermaine Jackson?
It might
be.
I'm
the Jackson
sure.
guy. Yeah, okay. Sure. Don't quote me. Don't quote me.
Yeah.
Yo.
I have to.
Y'all put me on game right now.
She said, I've tried to resist being last on your list, but no other man's going to do, so I'm saving all my love for you. She was in a situationship. That man was lying to his wife, talking to Whitney. You ain't know it. Look at the lyrics.
Yes. Okay, listen. So it says Whitney Houston's 1985 hit "Saving All My Love for You" is widely reported to be inspired by her secret affair with Jermaine Jackson.
See what I'm
The
saying?
two also recorded several romantic duets together, including "Nobody Loves Me Like You Do" and "If You Say My Eyes Are Beautiful." Never heard either one of them.
Whitney was
But
doing it.
Never
yes,
knew
Whitney was
that.
doing it back in '85. So look, my case is closed.
I don't know. I think Whitney was stupid, but go off, girl.
Hey y'all can find all our playlists on Title, man. Only on Title you can find all our playlists and this special playlist here that we just put together. Remember, folks, keep loving each other, man. Keep loving each other. Let's go ahead. Let's take it home here to the end, and we out. All right, man. But yeah, to take us home, man, I just want to thank our very special guest, our first guest here for Love on Shuffle, Jay Red. Thank you for being on
Red.
here. Appreciate having you. And one
It
more
was a
time,
pleasure.
big special shout. Of course, because we gonna have you back. We're gonna have you back, just so you know. All right. It's definitely going down. But special shout out to our boy, our partner in crime, Base DC, and all of you, all of you for tuning in and hanging with us here for Love on Shuffle. On behalf of the entire crew here, Rome Jones, Charlie Ray, Base DC. This has been Love on Shuffle, man. We'll see you next time. Later.